Good evening, everyone. My name is Sadoski. I chose to do tonight's informative speech over Coleman McCarthy. To be quite honest with you, I had no idea who Mr. McCarthy was until I began my research. Honestly, the only reason I chose his name is, well, it was the only one I could pronounce on the list. As I gathered information, I quickly realized what a great impact he's had on our youth. In tonight's speech, I'm not going to bore you with such details as of his hometown, where he went to high school, if he has brothers or sisters, or whether his blood type is O negative or O positive. But rather, I'd like to share with you how his teaching has influenced today's youth. I will tell you, most people know Mr. McCarthy from his writings with the Washington Post. Tonight, I'd like to share with you not only what a great writer Mr. McCarthy was, but how he had a love for young people and a desire to teach youth to resolve problems in a peaceful manner. He believes today's teachers should be free of the testimonious society and be free to teach life. They don't need to just teach reading, writing, and arithmetic, but to be able to teach children about the problems that they may face in life and how to resolve these problems peacefully. I'm also going to give you my own opinions about his work and how I'd like to join in with Mr. McCarthy and follow some of his teachings as I raise young children of my own. Coleman McCarthy was a teacher, a journalist, and a longtime peace advocate who dedicated his entire life to teach young people methods of nonviolent resolution. In 25 years of teaching, Mr. McCarthy has over 7,000 students. He encourages input from his students in his classrooms. His courses have a reputation of being debate-filled and to cover many controversial topics. He is often sometimes criticized by other teachers of not presenting a balance of ideas, but Mr. McCarthy stands firm and did not waver from his moral teachings. Coleman McCarthy gives an average of about 50 speeches a year. I had an opportunity to watch one of his lectures on YouTube. The speech argues that peace studies should be part of core curriculum, and the core curriculum should also include philosophy of peace. As I watched the speech, I found it to be very informative yet hilarious at times. Mr. McCarthy really is a very interesting person. In his speech, he says, and I quote, "If we don't teach our young people about peace, someone else will teach them about violence." In that same speech, he goes on to ask a show of hands for anyone who took a conflict resolution course in high school. No one in the crowd raised their hand. Then he went as far to say, if this really was a peace-seeking society, everyone in the audience should have raised their hand. During an interview at CNN, Mr. McCarthy stated, "People who are going to be on death row are now in first and second grade, and so are the people who are going to be in our White House." During this course assignment, I realized that nonviolence resolution is a learned trait, just as violent behavior is imitated by our youth. As a parent, I was very attentive to my 2-year-old on the playground as she pushes another toddler away trying to take her toy. However, now that she's older, am I still as aware of how she resolves conflict? Is she a peacemaker among her friends and classmates? When someone wrongs her, is she quick to argue? Or does she look at the situation rationally? Does she antagonize and try to start drama between her friends? I would like to think the answer to most of these questions are no. However, as a parent, am I really taking an active role to ensure the answers? As a parent, my first and foremost task is to live by an example. I would also like to keep the communication lines open between me and my daughter, so that if the situation ever does arise, she won't feel that she deals with these problems alone. I'd like to be able to discuss the problems and come up with a rational situation with her. The third and probably most important factor that I have to remember is not every child is fortunate enough to have a parent like myself who instills my morals and values into their child. I hope that you've enjoyed learning about Mr. McCarthy tonight and his efforts to change the future of our young people. I urge you, if you ever get the chance, please look up some of his work and see for yourself how we all can plan to make this a better world for our children and grandchildren.